It began on a foggy night in 1987 in a small coastal town called Greyhaven. Locals still talk about that evening, when a man emerged from the mist wearing a torn gray coat, barefoot and silent. He walked straight down the middle of the street, as if searching for something that didn't exist. No one recognized him. He carried no identification, no belongings, not even the dust of travel. His eyes were pale silver, reflecting light in a way that unsettled everyone who saw him. Authorities detained him, thinking he was a drifter or someone who'd lost his memory. But in the following days, strange things began to happen. Electronic devices flickered near him. Watches stopped. Streetlights dimmed whenever he passed. Medical scans showed impossible results: no fingerprints, no dental records, and a heart that beat slower than any human's, yet with perfect rhythm. Scientists from the nearby Air Force Research Base quietly arrived to investigate. They claimed it was a simple medical anomaly, but some officers whispered another word: extraterrestrial. He never spoke a single word, yet seemed to understand every question asked. He could mimic movements perfectly, as though learning human behavior in real time. Some called him the Mirror Man. But one night, he vanished from his holding cell. Security footage captured a blinding flash of white light, followed by a blackout across the entire base for 7 minutes. When power returned, his cell door stood open, untouched, unbroken. The man with no past was gone, leaving behind only a single mark scorched into the metal wall, a perfect circle intersected by 3 smaller rings, glowing faintly as if alive. No one knew what it meant. Not yet. But that symbol would appear again, halfway across the world. Weeks passed after the Mirror Man's disappearance, but the effects lingered. Across continents, strange reports surfaced: unexplained lights, power surges, and an identical circular symbol carved into isolated landscapes. A communications satellite malfunctioned near the Arctic, transmitting bursts of encrypted signals that matched no known language. And at the heart of it all, a secret government agency began to move, a division so classified that even its name was redacted from every file. Their mission was clear: find the being, dead or alive. Agent Miriam Cross was assigned to lead the search. A methodical investigator with a background in theoretical physics, she studied every report tied to the incident. Her focus sharpened when she discovered the connection between the symbols and the strange fluctuations in the Earth's electromagnetic field. It was as if the planet itself responded to his presence, a silent pulse awakening beneath its crust. Through surveillance footage, she tracked sightings of a man with silver eyes appearing in cities just before localized blackouts: Tokyo, Berlin, Cape Town. Each time, the power grid failed, clocks froze, and communication towers fell silent. Yet the man left no trace, as if bending reality itself to slip away. Miriam's investigation uncovered an even darker truth. The U.S. Air Force Base where he first appeared was once part of Project Prometheus, a top-secret initiative that attempted to create hybrid intelligence using recovered alien materials. The files hinted that the man was not just a visitor, but a creation, something born of both human and extraterrestrial origin. As she followed the trail, Miriam began to experience the same phenomena: lights flickering when she entered rooms, radio interference wherever she drove. She knew then, he was watching her. Not to harm, but to guide. The clues led her to an abandoned observatory in northern Greenland, where that same symbol glowed faintly in the snow. Inside, she found something impossible: an enormous crystalline structure pulsing with blue light, humming with energy. The Mirror Man stood at its center, waiting. Then the ground trembled and the ice began to crack. The storm over Greenland roared like a living creature. Ice fractured and wind howled through the ancient mountains as Miriam stepped deeper into the glowing chamber. The crystalline structure pulsed faster, its rhythm matching her heartbeat. The Mirror Man turned slowly toward her, his form shifting, light bleeding from his skin like liquid mercury. He no longer seemed human. As the lights within the crystal intensified, visions flooded Miriam's mind: fragments of distant worlds, cities suspended in space, beings made of energy rather than flesh. The images were not memories, but messages. He was showing her the truth. The Mirror Man was not a threat. He was a warning. Centuries ago, his species had visited Earth, not as conquerors, but as teachers. They planted seeds of knowledge among early civilizations, helping humanity build, learn, and evolve. But over time, greed and war drove mankind away from the harmony they were meant to achieve. The Mirror Man had returned to see if Earth was ready to join the galactic network once more. What he found was chaos, a planet poisoned by ambition and fear. Miriam realized the alien wasn't alone. The crystal wasn't just a machine, it was a beacon, one that had begun transmitting again. The frequencies it sent weren't of war, but of judgment. Above the clouds, satellites began to fail. Power grids collapsed. Across the world, the symbol appeared again, glowing on oceans, deserts, and even the faces of mountains. Humanity was being watched. The chamber's walls began to dissolve, revealing a vast underground vessel buried beneath the ice. It hummed with power older than civilization itself. The Mirror Man stepped forward and reached toward Miriam, his eyes reflecting the entire sky. A final pulse of light surrounded them both, and in an instant, he was gone. When the storm cleared, there was no ship, no alien, and no sign of Miriam. Only a single crystal shard remained in the snow, vibrating faintly with an otherworldly hum. Weeks later, a satellite orbiting Earth captured something extraordinary, a faint blue signal pulsing from deep space, repeating a single pattern over and over. A message, not of conquest, but of return.